Hello everybody, and a very big warm welcome to those of you who are joining me and the Pleiadians for your question and answer session. So many of you have written in on my community page with some really great questions, I have to say, really good ones. So I've prepared the ones, written out the ones, because of course nothing is prepared here with the Pleiadians. You and I do not know what is coming. So that's half the excitement, and for me, a bit scary to say the least. But nonetheless, excited that you are here with me. Or should I say with us? So I'm going to start out with the most popular questions, the ones where there were many of you who agreed with somebody's question and you wanted to hear more of it. So the first question that came out that was the most popular one is from Isabella Albo, and she has asked the Pleiadians to say, what sort of diet or food should we be eating? So, and many of you are asking questions now as I'm streaming, and if something really jumps out at me, I will endeavour to answer that later. But right now I'm going to focus on the questions from many of you who wanted to hear what the Pleas have to say. So the question once again is, what sort of diet or food should we be eating? And just to let you know, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be closing my eyes or keeping them open or anything. I'm just going to allow myself to be guided through this. Well, we are delighted to be with you all today, that's for sure. What a delight it is to see you all coming online and getting excited and printing all kinds of those beautiful little looking, funny little men and hearts and signs. We love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, what sort of a diet and food should you be eating? This is something that many humans on the planet right now are concerned about. Yes, the quality of the food, and should they eat, and how much should they eat, and what should they eat. Well, you see, the thing is, the first thing you need to do is just not get so upset about it. That's the first thing. When you're upset about food, then you can be sure the food is not going to be doing you very good, whatever it is. As for what you should be eating, well, there are no shoulds in this. Let us first take this one out of the equation. There are no shoulds. There is nothing that you should be eating or should not be eating. The key here is as to what you really enjoy eating, and at the same time what your body really wants. And these are the two that need to get married up a little bit better than they are right now. Because many of you enjoy eating things that your body really doesn't like, and you know it afterwards, don't you? Afterwards you feel terrible. It's like, oh, why on earth did I eat that, you see? So we're going to suggest that you really, when you look at some food, before you buy it even, let's say you're buying food, touch it, smell it, if you can. It's not in all that plastic and rubbish you can put all the food in, but anyway, we won't go there. But if you can, smell it. And then just ask your body, just ask it. Begin to have a dialogue with your physical body. That's really what you need to begin to do, to have a dialogue with your physical body. Because all too often you're in the mental plane, but you're not really connected with the physical plane. This is one of the reasons we've come at this time, is to connect you with the body and the temple of the body. There's more in another question that we will answer about that. So back to this diet situation. You want to ask your body, so is this something that is nice for me to eat today? And you can ask yes or no, and you may not get an answer. And if there's no answer, we suggest you don't do that. You want to get a yes from the body. You want to get a yes. You want to get, woo! That's the kind of energy you want to get. So let's say you pick up an orange and you get a sort of, then you know you're not going to eat an orange today. And then the other thing really is to be very aware. Yes, chocolates do smell really good. Yes, that's right, France Tellier. Yes, and some things do smell really good, and then they are good for you on that day at that time. And you have to remember to be flexible about it, not to tie yourself into something too rigid. Yes, you human beings, you like to say, right, I know this is my diet. Barbara did it for 22 years, stayed on a diet, and was very rigid about it. You have to be careful about rigidity, around food, around anything. Because once you get rigid, you put yourself into a box, and you don't open yourself up to other life experiences. Because food is just one aspect of life, but when we talk about this, it pertains to all aspects of life, not only food. Although food is a big one for many of you, isn't it? Yes, we know, ooh, the food on this planet is so gorgeous, isn't it, really? Yes, we know many of you are worried about the spraying and the antibiotics, and yes, that is a deep concern. We cannot say that it is not a concern and will need to be changed over time, but we're just trying to give you some simple guidance at this point as to really, can you ascend while eating meat, Thomas Michael is asking, yes. Well, these are very good questions. Yes, of course you can ascend while eating meat, yes. This is nothing to do with ascension or non-ascension or being enlightened, so to speak, or awakened as to meat or no meat. It's not to do with that, yes. People have gotten really distracted about, oh, meat takes you off course, and we realize this is probably not a popular answer here, yes. Barbara is quaking in her boots here, saying, goodness gracious, let me close my eyes and get permanently out of the way. Yes, we know. But you see, really, the thing is that it's not a rigid situation. If you make things rigid and say, I'll never eat meat, or I'll never eat fish, or I'll never eat eggs, for some of you that's right, for some of you that's not right. And it's about an acceptance of one another as to what you choose to eat and what you don't choose to eat. And to accept others. Yes, used to be, we can remember when Barbara was much younger and she had a boyfriend, he liked meat and she didn't. She was very upset with him for cooking meat in her kitchen. So it's about an acceptance of one another. Yes, an acceptance. Yeah. So then just let's now recap finally a little bit on this diet thing. There are no rules about it. Ask your body, develop a dialogue with your body, and if you get a real yes for something, a joyful yes from the body, but from the body, not from the mind. We may have to work on that with you a little bit later on, but that's our answer at this point to question number 1. Now, rigid equals control, says Barbara Hosford here. Yes. Rigid can be too controlling, you see. You need certain structures, but not structures that box you in where there's no windows or no doors to get out of the house, you see. That's the thing that you tend to do. You tend to get so controlled that you are really, you really just, you can't get out. Or you have not got any control at all and you're just wandering aimlessly, you see. So it has to be something in between the two, you understand. It's a bit like when you meditate, if you go to sleep, well, you've defeated the object, okay, so you're having a nice little rest. But what you want is to be awake and at rest at the same time, but conscious, you see. You see what we see? So there are lots of questions coming in, but we would like to stick with the first few that you've posted on the community channel kindly. So we're going to deal with those, and you can keep on coming up with questions, because post them on the community channel. Yes, Barbara's going to give you an opportunity after this video to post more questions, because we can see that you're ready for some important answers to important questions. Very, very good. All right, so coming back for a moment, guys, while I take a drink of water. So, the next question that was very popular amongst many of you is from Joanna Arbahay. How can those of us who are highly sensitive and empathic deal with the intensity of feeling the emotions and feelings on the planet right now? How are those of us who are highly sensitive and empathic to deal with the intensity of the emotions and feelings that are going on the planet right now? We're back. We love having you all with us, we do. You see intensity. Well, you see, there's a lot of intense emotions going around, of course there are. And how do you deal with it if you're super sensitive? Well, you tune inwards, you go inwards, you don't look outwards. That's the first thing. As you begin to look outwards, you take yourself too much off balance. So you come back inside. And you come inside to yourself and you really begin to soothe yourself, especially if you're feeling intense emotions, because there are certainly your emotions that you're feeling, and then there is the collective emotional field, so to speak. Yes, because there's a lot of fear on the planet right now. Many of you are asking questions about fear. Many of you are saying, we're fearful about this, fearful about that, fearful about the other, you see. There is a lot of fear on the planet right now. And the most important thing for you to do as a sensitive person, because everybody really is sensitive, yes? It's just that some people have desensitized themselves, some using drugs and alcohol and different ways of desensitizing what is going on. But really every person on this planet is sensitive. You have senses, therefore you are sensitive. We like that. But you are. And what you want to do really is to just allow yourself to feel everything. Don't resist your emotions and your feelings. This is the key. The beginning you start to resist it. This is when you get into trouble. This is when you start to resist maybe some of the emotions that you think, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel sad, especially about the shooting in Florida recently, various things that do make human beings feel sad and fearful. But at the same time, you need to come back into your present moment and into your body. And where you are right now, become very deeply centered. And as you become deeply centered, then you find that your sensitivity relaxes. You're not on a fearful antennae alert. It's like having your antennae, yes, your ears, everything's on an alert. And you want to be able to walk through life without being on red alert. Because that's what many of you have been doing. Walking through life on red alert. Yeah. So how this is an important question. Thank you, Jasmine Taylor Hewlett. How do we detach and still be authentic and loving without appearing aloof? Can you still experience emotions while being detached? Well, you see, it's not a question of being detached. It's being connected to everything. And not only connecting into the vibration of fear and anger and pain and violence, which is what human beings have really gotten used to connecting into. And you begin to connect into your inner self, your inner being. That's why meditation is popular, yoga, tai chi, qigong, all of these things. Music, art, cooking, gardening. There are many ways of getting into that zone. Here and now, of course, you can do it with us. Here and now, you can do it right here and now. But it's not about being aloof. You'll find that people who are connected, right? We prefer the word connected rather than detached. People who are connected are in fact very rooted and very centered and very connected and very available to everybody that is around them. Yeah. Jesus did not disconnect from the people around him. He wanted to connect with everybody. Yeah. So, hi guys. I'm back for a moment. And now let's look at your next most popular question. This is Christian Michael, who asks, I would love to hear the perspective of taking life so seriously. I'm feeling guided to take everything less seriously, and it feels so good. How do the Pleiadians perceive the physical reality? Are they able to see how seriously humans take this life? And can they offer any advice? So, advice about taking life rather seriously. We like this question very much. But you always see us laughing because you see, it's important to really notice that little things can be very, very funny. Yes, little teeny weeny things. And we try to bring Barbara's attention to the little weeny things. Yesterday, this morning, she saw a teeny weeny sparrow and there was a very big pigeon with a very big piece of bread. And the sparrow just came along and he just pinched it out from under the pigeon's nose, a very big piece. It was almost as big as the sparrow, and it was hilarious, and Barbara burst out laughing in the middle of the street. Yeah. So you see, it's really about noticing the little things and not getting, you see, seriously. Yeah. Even your face, if you look at your faces, half of you are very serious. Must be serious. Yes, you've learned, and it's just really a habit pattern. It's a habit. It's a habit of being serious. Serious. Yes? And we suggest that you say serious. What's serious? Yes, get in touch. That's wonderful, Barbara, here. Get in touch with the child within. Yes? So you really just begin to notice the little things that are very funny. Here's another little funniosity that Barbara had. You see, there's many in a day as you begin to notice them. Barbara was all sat down to do the live video with you about an hour ago or so, yeah? She was all excited, and then she realized she had no internet. So she jumped up and had a look, and very strange, the internet had just gone off. Strange. So she seriously rings up the internet company. I've got no internet. And all of a sudden, the man at the other end just turned on the Wi-Fi. She said, what did you do? He said, well, I just turned on the Wi-Fi for you. And so she said, well, what happened? He said, well, maybe you just knocked the Wi-Fi signal off, and you know what? That's exactly what she'd done. She just moved the router a little bit. And so really these little things that you could be serious about, just begin to put them in a different light. Put them into a different framework, so to speak. You know how it is, if you have a black framework, something that looks black, can be a bit scary, black and dark and shadows, and all those things that they frighten you with as a child. But really, what you can do is you can put a yellow, a sunny framework into your life. Doesn't mean to say that you don't have sad feelings and you don't feel irritated and you don't have other emotions, yes? But you see, it's about just really enjoying all those little funny things that do happen in a day. Yes, they can be ever so funny, you see, and it's just about turning things, seeing the flip side of all the things that you take seriously. You might even want to look into the mirror and say, I am serious. We like that, don't we? Yeah. So, of you are asking about authenticity, saying things as it is, being really authentic. So we're going to address this thing of authenticity, since so many of you are interested in it. Being authentic, well, authenticity is about just letting yourself be you. It's as simple as that. You let yourself be you, with none of the acts, with none of the veils across the face, with none of the false smiles, with none of the falseness, with none of the false, oh, poor me, boo-hoo. And you might really want to exaggerate your habit patterns, the things that you do that are not authentic, and then begin to exaggerate it, you see, so that you notice it more. You could even ask your friends and people around you to say, well, what is it that is not authentic about me? Do you find things that are not real about me? And ask and listen carefully. You might not like it. No, don't take it too seriously. But so it's about dropping those veils that you have across your face, that you think that will make others like you or love you more. Because they won't. That's the trouble, they don't. They love you most when you're authentically just you and saying whatever it is that you need to say, whatever it is that you need to say. And you just say it. Now, we need to put this into a different, we need to say a little more about this. It's about really being aware. It's not about really shouting at somebody and saying, oh, you know, you did this and you did that. And you know that you're going to get a bad response, yes, if you do that kind of a thing. Yes, not about violent reactions and emotions, no. It's about realizing what you are doing and seeing that your external world comes from your internal actions. It's not the other way around. You've got yourself wired to think it's the other way around, but it's not. And when you begin to see this, you'll see that your authenticity is wonderful. It's easy then. It's easy because you say, this is just me, this is me, this is me. And you breathe into being you. You really wouldn't want to make an orange into an apple. Well, maybe some of you magicians would like to do that, but really, you know, if you're about to eat an orange, you would certainly like it to be an orange, wouldn't you? You wouldn't like it suddenly to be an apple. You'd bite into it and it would be, didn't expect that. And that's what many of you are doing. Your orange is dressed up as apples, or apples dressed up as bananas. You see? So it's about being you. Yes. You might be a pomegranate. Yes. We like these fruit analogies because fruits are sweet and succulent and juicy, and all of you are very juicy and succulent. So, talking of juice, Barbara needs another little bit of juice. Yes, you are a work in progress. Thank you, France Tellier again. You are a work in progress. So, we're going to take one more question off the list, and then we'll look at what's coming through from all of you as a result of this interaction together. Isn't it fun being together? We are so enjoying being with you. Well, we're going to pick one out because Barbara's spoilt for choice, so we're picking one out here. All right, Olie is asking, I want to ask what we could do to find out how to light our own path when you feel lost. Can we ask your help? I notice I'm a human being and I don't feel I belong here. I sometimes have a very hard time connecting with people and I feel like a complete alien and I got here by accident. How to find your own light Would we give help? And you feel like an alien, as though you got here by accident. Good question. Lots of you like this question. All right. You see, we picked a good question, didn't we? We like it when we pick the questions. So, when you see, are you aliens, are you not aliens? Many of you feel aliens because you've alienated yourselves, from everything that's around you, and you've made your world smaller and smaller and more difficult, and therefore there's many of you feeling lost at the moment and wondering where on earth to go. What do you do? How do we change our world, which looks more and more polarized and more difficult? How do we work with all these serious things again? You see, so it starts to get serious. Really, it's about getting in touch with your, shall we say, strange nature. You could call it alien, because each one of you has got a strangeness to you. If you're a mother and you've got, let's say, more than one child, those children are different, aren't they? Each one is different in its own right. A different spark. So you're really here to shine your spark and to really allow that spark to come out. It comes out through laughing, it comes out through doing anything creative, it comes out through being with us. So of course you can ask us. Yes, that's why we have come to planet Earth at this time, to really help you to find your own light. Because that's really what you are in essence, looking for that light. The seriousness is the darkness. And really the opposite, what you're looking for, is the light. And there is both, you see. The point is not, you can't just have one without the other, you see. You are in a duality universe here at the moment. That's not always going to be the case, and that's another thing. But really, you're in a duality at the moment, so it's important to recognize that you will need some of the yin energy and some of the yang energy, and it's a bit of both. You may be born as a woman or born as a male or even a transgender or whatever you are, doesn't matter. But you will have characteristics of both within you. Getting back to this good question from Oli, it's really about allowing yourself to be comfortable in your own skin. And we can help you with this. It's very much about getting in touch with the physical body. Yeah. Physical. Getting physical. Physical. Yeah. That's it, Teresa Perry. Shine your light even if it's too bright for others. Even if they've got to put sunglasses on. That's all right. That's all right. You've got used to living in a very muted world. You mute things down like a violin. You mute the instruments so it's not stringent. So it's not as strong. Yeah. Well, here's a good question. What if you hate your physical body? Well, that's a big one, really. You know, it's important to begin to love that physical body, because that physical body really is a beautiful, beautiful instrument. Yes, that needs treasuring. You know how it is, a Stradivarius violin. They're worth millions now, if not billions. Old instrument, but beautiful sounding. Beautiful over those years. So it's another big area about loving your body. We possibly have to do another video about that another time, really. Yeah, we're going to have to do another more detailed video about loving the physical body, loving yourself. This is where we started with Barbara when we first began coming through. We had to get her to love that body. You see, because the body is a moving thing. It's not something that is static. You think your body is static, but it is forever changing, forever moving. And you can make many, 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 many changes to that physical body from the inside. inside. It's an inside job. Yeah. Foods again, yes, Lisette Hernandez, thank you for joining us, but foods we covered at the beginning. We'll cover more and more about it, but gradually. Well, we are feeling that Barbara probably needs to take a little break now. She really enjoys being with you, and we would be grateful if you would share this information around, if you would ask more questions. We are ready for them. Vote about the most popular questions. And we are very excited that we are going to be opening up with more and more of you, because more and more are ready now for these kinds of messages, this kind of information. And you're going to find that it will light up your lives in many ways. So we love you very, very much. All right. Yes, well, we love you. We're going to have to take that little break now. Barbara's getting pulled in, you see, but we have to trust that now. She needs a little rest. It's very intense bringing us through. You have no idea. So we thank you very, very much for being with us today. And we love you very, very much. Thank you very much, guys, for being with me. Please go to the community page if you want to vote or give suggestions as to how to go forward with the Pleiadians, what you'd like. And thank you very, very much for listening today. Great pleasure being with you. Bye for now.